Hello friends, what's going on? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. I really do hope you are all doing well. I do hope that, dear friends. Welcome back to a Chelsea news video of sorts. I do want to talk about Attila Szalai. Excuse me for people who are Hungarian or know the pronunciation that I got wrong. The Fenerbahçe defender who's reportedly coming to Chelsea. Reportedly, Chelsea have agreed a £20 million fee for the Fenerbahçe Hungarian defender. We're going to talk about that. Antonio Rudiger. And why not talk about Frank Lampard to Norwich as well? Get it all in there. Thank you for deciding to come and sit down with me today, or you might be standing, running, you might be cleaning. Sometimes people listen to this without watching my beautiful visage, which you're missing out on a lot, I must say. Only joking. Anyway, before we get into it, I'd urge you guys to drop a like. Means a lot, showing support on the channel, interacting. Thank you to those of you who like and comment, and of course you're all welcome to subscribe to this channel. If you are indeed new to the experience, hit the bell notifications icon, all that housework jargon, friends. Alright, let's get into it. So, we all know the situation. Players out of contract are Antonio Rudiger, Andreas Christensen. Andreas Christensen wants to renew. The club wants to renew him. There has been a unspoken hitch that we in the public don't know about yet, but certain journalists like Matt Law know about. That's causing a problem that is actually a significant problem in him re-signing, so we can only speculate what that is. Who knows? It's something difficult that's stopped the deal at the moment, but to be honest, if smart money would say Christensen will re-sign, when it comes to Antonio Rudiger, it's not so easy. A lot of people are speculating he will leave Chelsea in the summer. Of course, also there's Thiago Silva, Cesar Azpilicueta. We are to expect, and we could speculate the fact how, well, we could probably safely say they will both renew with Chelsea 1-year extensions. Probably. Chelsea are in a little bit more safe hands than they thought they were because of the emergence of Trevoh Chalobah, who's been excellent, played in the middle. I think he's played both sides. He's played in midfield for Tuchel. Tuchel obviously trusts him positionally. And of course, Trevoh Chalobah has just put pen to paper and signed a new long-term deal to 2025, baby. I think it's 2025. Oh, excuse me. Anyway, this Hungarian defender from Fenerbahçe, Attila, apparently very good with his feet, good footballing centre-half. My Hungarian friend tells me that he's perhaps one of the two of the best players that the Hungarian national team has, and I've been reliably informed he is of perhaps Premier League level, although unsure if Chelsea Football Club level. Now, this has been reported by multiple sources, but is it legit? Is it? Have we heard reliable sources? Have you heard your Matt Laws, your Fabrizio Romanos, and people like that talk about this defender? I'm not so sure. What I want to pose to you, the question, could this be a smoke screen, maybe, to try and force Antonio Rudiger to lower his wage demands, or perhaps sign a deal that was offered to him? Chelsea don't like to be pushed around. They never have done. And that is with wage demands. Like I've said in previous videos, I'll reiterate the fact how, yes, it might seem like a no-brainer financially to pay Rudiger a little bit more money in comparatively from buying a new defender and putting them on big wages anyway. A great defender, by the way, Antonio Rudiger level. That would cost more money, but it sets a precedent when you have to pay everyone else more and you damage your wage structure forever in the future. There is depths to this perhaps we have not analysed and need to consider as football fans. Perhaps this sort of thing, I don't know, this is speculation, is signifying to Rudiger, look mate, we're looking in Europe, we're finding other replacements, go do your thing, man. If you want to go play for PSG for serious amounts of money, you're welcome to do so. Go and enjoy yourself. Thank you for your hard work. But the truth is, we know Antonio Rudiger does ultimately want to stay at Chelsea, and we know Antonio Rudiger does ultimately want to stay under the tutorship of Thomas Tuchel, who, by the way, has turned him into this, amazing defender. Rudiger was good in Italy. He was identified as Antonio Conte as a good option in a back three. In a back two, he never really suited us. He had awful moments under Lampard. Yes, you might put that down to a compatibility or managerial issue with Lampard, although some players absolutely flourished under Lampard. Maybe not defenders, you could say. But Tuchel is chiefly the reason why Antonio Rudiger is so good now. Is that something he wants to go away from? Does he want to be parted from this coach that's a German like him, is his countryman? He's made him this good, he's developed him into this player, he's led him to Champions League glory and rates him highly. He's in it. Does he want to go away from this Champions League winning squad? This Champions League winning team? Chelsea Football Club, with the highest of ambitions in the best league in the world when you're in your prime. The thing is, all that stuff seems like a no-brainer because, by the way, Chelsea would still pay him a lot of money. Ultimately, money talks. If he gets an extra 100k a week from, Paris Saint-Germain, that for him might be too good a deal to turn down. So, on that, Attila from Fenerbahçe, is this a smokescreen to just show Rudiger we're looking at other players? Look, we've agreed a fee. Should we want him? I don't know. We'll find out so much more come January when Antonio Rudiger can negotiate with European clubs if he's legit making talks with people. Maybe his season would collapse after January because we know he's talking to Bayern and PSG, and maybe his performances drop off. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. Or who knows, maybe Chelsea will just offer him a better offer later on down the line and he agrees. It's funny because more people are saying he'll leave rather than stay now, despite him saying, nailing his colours to the mast, saying he wants to stay, like Christensen. Money talks, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, on this, comment down below on the Fenerbahçe defender. If you've watched him play, apparently a good footballing defender with his feet. I can't pretend like I've watched Turkish football or much of the Hungarian team closely to know the details of this player. £20 million isn't a big fee, but he's a young guy in his 20s, early 20s. If indeed this is legitimate, which we don't know, Thomas Tuchel might like something about him that he wants to employ into his team. And with Thomas Tuchel, he doesn't desire necessarily big names. He'll look at Trevor Chalobah and be like, you're good enough for me, mate. You're not a big name, but you've got what I want. Who knows? Maybe this is the case with this defender as well. Now let's move on. Steven Gerrard, of course, has been announced as Aston Villa manager. Great appointment. I've done a video about this on Football Yannick, talking about it's a great appointment for both club and manager, if not a risk for both as well, but you have to take risks in football. It's exciting to have a box office manager back in the Premier League. And with that, Lampard's reportedly, at time of recording, on a Thursday afternoon, just about 4 p.m, close to Norwich City. Now, a lot of people are having knee-jerk reactions thinking, relegation team, not a good appointment for a guy who was voted manager of the season for Chelsea and his achievements for Chelsea. You would have heard me reel off Frank Lampard's achievements for Chelsea. Chelsea were favourites for 6th when he came in, when we had the transfer ban and Hazard left. He finished 4th and brought for a legacy of youth. He did excellent with Derby, a team that was stripped apart of their best players and the top goal scorer in the league. He had to rebuild with kids and he brought them to the playoff final. And since he's obviously left in the financial difficulty on top, Derby have dropped like a stone. Yes, he had to go at Chelsea, had to get sacked, but he's still got a good body of work as a manager. Does that mean he should get something like the Aston Villa job? I don't think so, no. I think Steven Gerrard's proven long-term at a club that he can stay and build and win. That's what people want in managers. Now, Norwich City's a good club, good owners, good people that run it. He will be expected to get relegated with Norwich City, and that's fine. If he gets relegated and brings them back up and then keeps them in the Premier League, essentially achieving what Daniel Farke could not with Norwich, who, by the way, is a highly rated coach himself, certainly has been before. If Lampard achieves what Farke did not, then that is an incredible achievement and a great feat as a coach, saying, look what I've done, I've ascended this level, and then he can start perhaps climbing up, and who knows, he might even end up back at Chelsea in 5 or 10 years. Maybe. We'll see what happens. It depends how he does. But I think that'll be good. If he gets relegated, the pressure's off him because people will expect him to get relegated. If he performs a miracle, then my word, that would be incredible if he kept him up. But I'm not sure that's even possible. But if he starts playing well, beats a few teams, gets relegated as an 18th or whatever, 18th or 19th, then they'll be like, okay, let's see what he does. And he comes back up and keeps them there. Incredible job. So it's kind of a win-win in many ways. Of course, there's the obvious factor of Billy Gilmour. He hadn't been playing under Daniel Farke. Absolutely adored by Frank Lampard. Jody Morris was quoted, every time they come off the pitch, Frank would just go to Jody, Billy's the best player on the pitch. Again, every time we'd sort of say that he adores Billy Gilmour and he plays football conducive to Billy Gilmour performing and playing well. Norwich fans will want to see that, and if you can do that, you can imagine if, I don't know if Billy was to have a second loan in the Championship, should they get relegated, but you can imagine Frank would certainly get a Chelsea player on loan if they go down to the Championship. You know, that would be a certainty. You can bet your bottom dollar. Anyway, it's not confirmed as of yet, but if it says it's likely, it might happen. If it happens, I'm backing it. I'm sort of thinking it's a good idea, and I'll be keen to watch his Norwich side, just as I was keen to watch his Derby side, without the pressure of it being my Chelsea side. But I want to know what you guys think. Comment down below on everything. Attila, I've already forgotten the pronunciation of his surname, excuse me. And of course, Frank Lampard to Norwich. I'll be very keen to learn your thoughts, feelings, and opinions on these two stories. So please do comment down below. Drop a like, please, to show your support, and consider subscribing. If you're new to the channel, that means a lot, friends. Alright then, peace. Enjoy the football, and I'll see you later.